Well, hello everyone. We're going to shoot a vinyl video with my nephew Chris, who was so lucky. Chris, why don't you tell what happened, how you came across these vinyls?
Oh, they were sitting on the side of the road.
Literally.
In a bin. And this exact bin right here, came across it. Somebody was throwing all these out. Can you see the bin? Look at that. You believe that? Some moron, somebody who did not realize what they had, threw a bunch of awesome records, Men at Work, Sade, Bread, amazing artists that you should never throw away.
So, what I did was I pulled the best ones out to make this video, and at the end of the video we'll do a quick flip through the other ones. So, you come across them and you rescued them. Okay, so I'm going to start out with the stack here. Everyone remembers disco, if you're alive back then, and a group called Chic.
They were the one-hit wonder.
No, they weren't.
Freak out.
They weren't a one-hit.
What's another hit they had?
They had a couple of hits.
I thought it was just
right here.
Freak.
I want your love. I want your.
Maybe if I heard it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And La Freak.
Yeah.
And they had a couple other hits too.
Yep.
And so they weren't just a one-hit wonder.
All right.
Okay. I want you to do your best B-52 voice.
I got me a Chrysler, it takes about 20, and the Rock Lobster.
All right, so we got the B-52s here.
Early stuff, huh? I didn't realize they'd been around that long. What year is that?
1979.
Really? The B-52s have been around since the 70s.
Yes.
Wow.
And Rock Lobster was a song that John Lennon heard when he was in his retirement, and that inspired him to want to go and record.
Really?
Yeah.
And it inspired him to...
He liked the Yoko sounding voice in there.
Uh-huh.
So he dug the song. So 2 B-52 albums.
John Lennon is the only one who liked the Yoko sounding voice.
Oh, Chris, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, and Rolling Stones, of course. They're shoved so far up Yoko's butt, it's not even funny. All right.
Wait, censor. Okay, Flock of Seagulls. This is their third album. It's called...
Anybody who's seen Pulp Fiction is familiar with Flock of Seagulls. There's a reference to them in that movie.
The Story of a Young Heart. And this is like their third album. The first album, they had some really big radio hits. This is a very good album. The Pretenders extended play.
Yeah, the Pretenders are awesome. Great stuff. I have not had a chance to listen to that one yet. I'm very excited about hearing that.
Okay, so we got Message of Love, Talk of the Town, Porcelain, Cuban Slides, and Precious.
What year did that one come out, Real?
81. Okay.
Moving on.
Missing Persons.
Jen loves that.
Yeah.
That had to be 80 something, right?
Right. They had Nobody Walks in L.A. A few other songs that got played. A pretty good record for that style 80s. Hello, I must be going. Bye. We'll see you later. Phil Collins.
Phil Collins.
And they had the songs that got played on the radios. I Don't Care Anymore, and the Supreme remake of You Can't Hurry Love.
Phil Collins is one of the few artists that is actually overrated and underrated at the same time.
Really? Why do you say that? I like Phil Collins.
Me too.
He took Genesis and commercialized it up, the sound, which, you know, all right, that's okay. You want to sell a few records. Idiot Talking Head, Brian Eno fans. This album came out in 1971. It's very experimental. It's called My Life in the Bush of Ghost. And I said, don't ever get rid of this album, Chris. It's
What if I ever do decide to get rid of it, I'll give it to you.
That's right. King's Crimson.
King Crimson!
Yeah, Discipline.
Awesome. Good stuff.
And I have to say, these vinyls are in very good condition. Very good.
We got very lucky because It had been raining for many, many days. And then one day it finally stopped raining. Jen and I decided to take the dogs for a walk. And somebody had just put this stuff out on the curb because it was sitting on a couple of flattened out cardboard boxes and nothing was wet. Didn't look like it had ever been wet. So we had just gotten it the same day that it was put out on the curb. Very fortunate. I was so excited that I left Jen with the dogs and I ran home and got my Jeep and drove over there and picked up the records because it was way too heavy to carry back. We were at least a good mile from the house. Okay, Ben.
Okay. Included with that bunch was a number of Joan Armatrading albums.
Never heard of her.
Chris had never heard of her. I have, but not quite as extensively familiar with her work. I listened to this album last night. It is fantastic. She's from the West Indies, but grew up in London. So she's one of those Londoners with
Accent?
that accent. Yeah.
Like a Scary Spice.
Yeah. She never really gained the popularity in the United States. She was huge. It still is in Britain, and she still records and performs. Shows some emotion. I was just really blown away by this album. John Luce Ponty, excuse my French.
Jean-Luc.
Luc. He's a multi-talented violinist. He has played on with Elton John on Honky Chateau and does his own thing. This one has some water damage down here, but Joni Mitchell Mungus, in memory of Charles Mungus, 1922, 1979. Another King Crimson album.
King Crimson!
Yeah, King Crimson. Three of a Perfect Pair. Spanky and Our Gang. This one's in a rough shape, but
What in the world is Spanky and Our Gang?
they had the hit featuring Someday Will Never Be the Same.
Did you listen to that one yet?
No.
Oh, yeah. Do I know that song?
If I hummed it to you,
Okay,
it just...
you don't need to do that.
Right. This one has water damage, but the vinyl looks okay.
Supertramp.
Supertramp in Paris, live album.
That ought to be good. I'd actually like to hear that one.
Yes. Back in the day, the late 70s, early 80s, any group that hit it big and had a couple platinum albums, they would eventually release a live album. So this is their live album, Gatefold. Very nice.
Did Elton John ever release any live album?
Yes. B-52s, a party mix.
Rock Lobster! Fashy, fashy!
Basically, the cuts from the two albums I showed you previously, but done in a party mix thing. Some fusion jazz we're getting into, Spyro Gyro. And this is pretty good. I actually played this, and it's has more of a tropical feel to it.
Yeah.
Weather Report. What's the name of this? Mr. Gone. Simple Minds.
How you doing on time?
Simple Minds.
No, how you doing on time?
We're doing fine.
Oh, okay.
Simple Minds. They had that big hit. Don't you
Forget about me from my Breakfast Club.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Now, here's some good music here. George Benson.
The Other Side of Abbey Road.
Smoking jazz guitarist. You
Yes.
never heard his stuff? Just go YouTube it right now.
And what I found interesting about this release is he recorded this in like October and early November of 1969, very soon after the Abbey Road album came out. So interesting hearing his interpretation of these songs, especially so soon after the Abbey Road release.
Didn't Wes Montgomery also do a Beatles?
Yeah, he did
What was his called?
Eleanor Rigby in A Day in a Life.
Right, Day in the Life.
Yeah. More Joan Armatrading, which I'm looking forward to hear. Look this one up on Amazon.com. Great 5-star reviews on it. The 80s again.
Oh God.
Adam Ant.
Oh God.
Goody Two Shoes.
Don't drink, don't smoke. What do you do?
And I actually listened to one of the this one right here. It had some pretty neat stuff on it.
Yeah.
Not really into Adam Ant, but
no, me either.
George Benson again. Shape
Yes.
of Things to Come.
Oh, one of the greatest George Benson albums of all time. What year did that come out, Rip?
I'm looking. August 27th, 1968.
68.
September 60. I think these are recording dates.
Yeah. So the late 60s.
Yeah. Have you heard this album? Oh, okay. More Joan Arbitrating.
Oh man, there's a lot of her in there.
Yeah. And Bread.
Bread Anthology. We
Yeah.
were listening to Bread last night. There's a Bread Greatest Hits album over there too somewhere.
Chris, bring the camera around here. And to finish up this video, we're just gonna flip through this box real quick. So you can come down.
Oh,
Let me not let you. Yeah.
All right.
Can you see it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You see the album?
Yes.
Okay.
Supertramp.
Supertramp, Quietest Moment, Bill Crosby. How do you pronounce?
Your fingers covered up his name. Adi Miola.
Yeah, jazz, Latin guitarist.
Shack Attack.
Yeah. Best of Blondie. All right.
All right.
Jacob
Jaco Pastorius.
Yeah, Jaco Pastorius.
Cock Robin.
Never heard.
That was my porn name back in college. No, I'm just
really?
kidding.
Okay.
Joking around.
Okay, he was just joking around. If you got any of his videos, destroy them.
Black Uhuru. Wasn't she on Star Trek?
I don't know.
Uhura?
Yeah.
Jaco Pastorius. A Flock of Seagulls. Listen.
Their second album.
You say the name. I can't read.
Weather Report. Mysterious Traveler. Talk. Didn't they have a hit?
I've never heard of them.
Okay.
Sade.
Sade.
It's not Sade, everyone. It's Sade. She is a lovely voice. I'm a big fan of hers now, thanks to my wife.
Chuck Mangione. Okay,
Mangione.
cool. Chuck Mangione again.
The Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets.
Weather Report. Night Passage. Thompson Twins. Hold Me Now, right?
Yeah. More Chuck Mangione.
Mangione.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're talking, right?
Yeah, Men at Work.
It's a Mystic.
Cargo.
Man, that's some good stuff right there.
Cargo. I mean, Men at Work.
Yeah.
Business as usual.
2 copies of that one.
More Spyro Gyro.
Flock of Seagulls.
Flock of Seagulls.
Ali Duty Head. Ali de Miata.
The Crusaders.
I don't know.
Flashed in the Pan.
Never heard of him. Jaco Pastorius, Word of Mouth. Oh man, now you've just pulled a diamond in the rough there, buddy. That is good Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison.
Okay.
If you don't own that album, you're missing out.
These are mine. This wasn't included. I loaned Chris
The
the
Pretenders.
Okay.
And
Christopher Cross.
Very mellow, nice music.
Okay. Pat Metheny group.
Yep.
Talk.
Hey, there you
Blues
go.
Brothers.
The Blues Brothers.
Jake and Elwood.
Heck yeah, man.
Pat Metheny. Joni Mitchell. I think this was their first album or second.
Clouds. Okay.
Yeah, and that's a self-portrait of painting of her. She did herself. Weather Report. Soft Sail.
Soft Cell. Tainted Love.
Oh.
I've got to.
Is that song on here?
Yep.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. We got the Pat Methenys. I'm not going to show all of them now. Just, Mozart on the Angel label, which is pretty cool. something Japanese.
Hiroshima.
Yeah. Pat Metheny again. A lot of smooth jazz. Fleetwood Mac. Tangled
Oh,
in the
that's
Night.
good. Fleetwood Mac. Kansas.
Kansas.
Oh, man. Good stuff.
Missing Persons again. The Ventures.
Look at that. Wait a minute. Hold up that album cover again. Look at that, man. That is so shagadelic. All right. Funkadelic.
I call it dated.
Stanley Clark. Look at that afro, man.
Yeah, Stanley Clark with the afro. Sudden Impact and the best of all the Dirty Harry.
That's an obscure one.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Buggles.
So it looks like we're getting down to the end here.
Elvis.
Elvis.
All right. Elvis,
Golden
Elvis. Worldwide
Awards.
Gold Award Hits Part 1 and 2.
Dave Brubeck.
That's excellent. Excellent. We listened to some Dave Brubeck the other night.
Weather Report. Oh, check this out.
Never heard of that.
Asian Mono Cha Cha
Wait a
Cha.
minute, let me zoom in on this guy. Does not look very excited to have a belly dancer or a genie or whatever right in front of him. I would be wide awake if I had that.
Okay. Cha 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 was like a dance. Bow Wow Wow.
Never heard of him.
And
David Sanborn. Y'all remember David Sanborn?
Yeah.
He used to do guest appearances on
So,
the Letterman show.
Chris, do you want to conclude with some remarks?
Albums are cool.
Albums are definitely cool.
Vinyl. Vinyl community. You can sit down and rip and say a few words and then I'll
Okay.
stop it.
So my nephew Chris was lucky enough to run across these. Somebody was foolishly thrown away. At least they could have had the decency to drop them off at a thrift store. But they were rescued and they got a good home now. So we want to thank Chris for sharing them. And this pretty much wraps up our video here. We did shoot a separate video of his find of this unit. So I'll provide a link to that if you want to watch that also.
What are you going to call this one, Rip?
Rescue Vinyl Finds.
There you go. All right.
Okay, that's it. You can cut it off. Oh, your comments, please leave your comments, okay? You can cut it off. Bye.